everyone!
I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's make this morning as bright as our smiles and your smile as well, and as refreshing as your first cup of coffee.
And hello there, I'm Asis-Carilo. We are here to sprinkle a little magic and a lot of laughter into your day.
Happy Tuesday, y'all. I'm Monique Tuzon. Come join us as we turn your morning into a joyride. Let's make today one for the books.
You know what? Speaking of being one for the books, this is the most busiest I've seen our studio or later in the morning in a while, simply because ang dami nating guests today.
Right. We have an exciting show.
Ang meaty ng show. I'm excited to go into it. Of course, we have a couple of beauty queens coming in.
Yes.
We have a German coach coming in to talk a bit about football, my love. And also, we have someone who everyone has gotten to know of due to his really personal story over on TikTok, over in social media. Not just in the Philippines, but in Korea as well.
Korea as well, right.
So we're going to get to all of that in just a bit. But for now, let's get on to some serious business and talk about the latest stories. Exclusive video footage obtained by BNC shows the 1998 textbook scam suspect Mary Ann Maslog and former CIDG Chief Major General Romeo Karamat discussing business deals worth, quote, millions of pesos with Sual Pangasinan Mayor Liseldo Calugay, Guo's alleged partner. The video taken during a motorbike trip in Central Luzon, Maslog is heard complimenting Karamat. The footage also implicates Karamat in the illegal pogo operations. Reports reveal Karamat was Maslog's sponsor at her Cebu wedding and celebrated his birthday at her home last year. Karamat retired on October 2 and is vying for a position as Pangasinan's 3rd District Representative in 2025. The Senate is currently investigating Maslog's ties to Guo following her admission of involvement in Guo's escape from the country. The Office of the Ombudsman has dismissed administrative charges against former Health Secretary Francisco Duque III related to alleged illegal fund transfers during the COVID-19 pandemic. The charges were deemed moot as his term ended on June 30, 2022. Despite this, Duque still faces graft charges filed in August 2024 for the purchase of COVID-19 supplies from Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation back in 2020. The Ombudsman argued the transfer was non-compliant with the requirements imposed by law, and the arrangement resulted in a more complicated process which was inconsistent with the purpose to hasten the project implementation.
Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa alleged that former police official Royina Garma was coerced into testifying that then-President Rodrigo Duterte ordered a nationwide reward system for police officers who killed drug suspects. Garma had tearfully claimed that Duterte instructed her in May 2016 to find an Iglesia ni Cristo member to implement the war on drugs on a national scale. In BNC's agenda, De La Rosa expressed doubts about Garma's affidavit, suggesting she was pressured and questioning the authenticity of her statements. He speculated that the affidavit might have been written to implicate INC and turn them against Duterte.
Na-pressure siya, ako'y nagduda. Kasi yun nga, isipin mo, yung kanyang affidavit, siya kayang gumawa ng affidavit niya na sinabi niya na pinapahanap daw siya ni President Duterte ng isang opisyal na magdadala sa war on drugs na Iglesia ni Cristo. I don't know kung sinabi ni Pangulong Duterte yan. Baka mamaya yung gumawa ng kanyang affidavit ay gusto lang idama yung Iglesia ni Cristo para magalit yung Iglesia ni Cristo kay Pangulong Duterte.
De La Rosa also stated he would not attend the House probe, despite panel co-chair Benny Abante's assertion that he has many questions to answer. During a previous hearing, alleged drug lord Kerwin Espinosa accused De La Rosa of pressuring him to implicate former Senator Leila de Lima and businessman Peter Lim in the illegal drug trade. The Marcos administration insists that the Philippine government should solely investigate former police Colonel Rowena Garma's claims about the war on drugs, refusing to endorse the House Quad Committee's findings on extrajudicial killings, or EJKs, to the International Criminal Court, or ICC. During an October 11 hearing, Garma alleged that former President Rodrigo Duterte and high-ranking police officials sanctioned nationwide operations replicating Davao City's EJKs, with Senator Bongo and NAPOLCOM Chief Edelberto Leonardo playing key roles. Human rights lawyer Cristina Conti urged President Bongbong Marcos to submit the findings to the ICC, but Solicitor General Menardo Guevara and Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin rejected this, emphasizing the Philippines' withdrawal from the ICC and the functionality of its justice system. The House Mega Panel aims to submit its partial report next week.
The Civil Defense Office is calling to establish a separate full-time department to focus on the country's disaster preparation and response. That's amid the worsening effects of disasters in the country. Speaking on BNC's At the Forefront, Defense Undersecretary Ariel Nepomuceno said the Philippines should start looking into disaster response and preparation models of similarly situated countries. He suggested looking at disaster models of Thailand, Indonesia, and a few neighboring countries during the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction held in Manila from October 11 to 18. He explained that while the National Disaster Risk and Reduction Management Council is doing its best to institutionalize disaster response, a department can do so much more.
Even if we increase our number of personnel, the authority of a department is still different from the authority of a mere office. Hindi nga kami even bureau eh. But faced with the giant task or gargantuan task of handling human-induced disasters and natural disasters, the Office of Civil Defense, I assure you, we're doing our best. But if the authority will be strengthened, that will also improve our capacity to deliver our mission.
7 out of 10 Filipinos say they will not support candidates who are pro-China in the upcoming midterm elections. That's according to the latest Pulse Asia survey commissioned by Strat-based Group. 73% of the respondents say they will not vote for candidates who are pro-China, past or present. 5% though express support, while 23% are undecided. Pulse Asia says the survey shows the mistrust of Filipinos to China over its actions in the West Philippine Sea.
Over on sports, a bronze medal finish for the Philippine men's national football team in the King's Cup in Thailand. The 148th ranked Philippines cruised past Tajikistan, who are ranked 103rd in the world, 3-0 in Thailand on Monday. Garrett Holtman, Jeff Tabinas, and Zico Bailey all scored for the Philippines within a 15-minute period during the second half to secure the podium finish. This is also the team's first win under new head coach Albert Capellas and their first win since September of 2023.
Now let's check out the latest thrills from the showbiz world. Mr. Plankton, a romantic comedy series premiering November 8th on Netflix, follows Hey Joe, a man with a terminal illness, and Jamie, an unlucky woman, as they embark on a final journey together. Directed by Hong Jong-chan, the story features Woo Do-won and Lee Yu-mi, with Hey Joe reappearing on Jamie's wedding day, sparking a dramatic adventure. The series blends humor and emotion as the two navigate their past and uncertain futures. With themes of love, loss, and second chances, Mr. Plankton promises to be a heartwarming and unforgettable ride.
Now, when we return, we've got something special in store for you guys. Get ready for an inspiration that will brighten your day. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
morning. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. You're seeing live pictures from EDSA White Plains on the right side of the screen. Northbound going to Cubao. Left side, southbound going towards Shaw Boulevard. As you can see, northbound looking good. So you better get on the road right now. Get in your car right now if you're going up north. And of course, if you're going southbound, traffic starting to build up. They're coming to a bit of a crawl. As you can see, the volume starting to raise going to Shaw Boulevard and Makati area. So if you are going to go down south in terms of your travel, make sure that you plan accordingly.
Now, in a heartwarming narrative of love and perseverance, Filipino-Korean police officer Julius Manalo, also known as Oh Jun Young, I hope I got that right, recently reunited with his mother, Oh Geum Nim.
I hope you got that right.
I hope I got that right too. After 31 years apart. Despite facing numerous obstacles and the pain of separation, Manalo remained determined to find his mother, ultimately succeeding after a chance encounter with a Korean entertainment producer. Now, to tell us more about this tale of perseverance and hope, we have Julius Manalo with us live. Hello, Julius. Welcome to It's a Beautiful Day.
Hello po. Good morning po sa inyo.
Good morning. Annyeonghaseyo.
Annyeong.
Grabe yung pag-practice niya, by the way.
Ay, ang cute nung pagkasabi niya. Thank you to Ate.
Dramas I've been watching.
In character in character talaga.
Thank you po.
So,
Thank you.
Julius, kwentuhan tayo, no? You got the whole country, not just Philippines, no, but also Korea, watching your story, diba? Finding your mother after 31 years, right? So
Opo.
it's a long search. So tell us all about it. And can you tell us yung emotions mo, no, leading up to the day na nahanap mo yung mommy mo? Kwento mo sa amin.
Yung papalapit na yung mismong pagkikita namin, yung emotion ko noon is hindi ko na may paliwanag.
Okay.
Actually, nasa kotse pa ako noon habang sabi ng isang staff na hintay mo lang yung queue namin bago ka bumaba. So, yun. Kinakabahan ako, tapos hawak ko yung kamay ng misis ko. And then, yung mismong nagkita kami, walang memories na meron ako dito sa Pilipinas. Lahat yung nawala.
Okay.
Lagi kong sinasabi na during that time, parang 6 years old lang ako.
Oh.
Yun.
Nakita natin yung, well, kung napanood nyo yung video, grabe yung pagtakbo mo eh. Yung emotions. At nung nakita mo siya, yung, at least yung silhouette niya, nung malayo pa siya, anong iniisip mo?
Basta doon ka napatunayan yung lukso ng dugo eh. Na nagulat ako na parang naging Korean 6 years old boy ako kung kailan nahinto yung pagkikita namin. Kaya ang sigaw ko is Korean din, di ba? Oh ma, ganun, nagulat ako. Na yun, ang gusto ko lang mangyari is puntahan kagad siya nang mas mabilis kaya ako napatakbo.
Ano yung unang sinabi niya sa'yo? Nung nagyakap kayo, what was the first word that you
Na naintindihan mo?
Na naintindihan mo, yes.
Yung una, parang sinabi niya yung pangalan ko. Yun yung parang gumano siya na, alam mo yung pahagulgul na siya. And then naririnig ko na nagsosorry siya sa akin.
And you guys, the language barrier is there because she only speaks Korean, and obviously you can't speak Korean yet. So how was that after you guys met? How was your bonding experience like since there's a language barrier between both of you all?
Ang ginagawa namin is talagang translate yung mga apps sa cellphone.
Okay.
Napakahalaga niya noong mga time na yun na talagang na-appreciate namin. And also, mafe-feel mo habang mababasa mo kung ano yung gusto niyo sabihin eh. Alam mo yun. Talagang ang laking help ng mga applications na yun.
Julius, balikan natin yung simula. When in 5-month period, if I'm not mistaken, from the time na na-discover na hinahanap mo yung nanay mo. And then it took 5 months for them to find yung mom mo. Ano yung feeling mo throughout the entire process? First of all, did you believe it? Yung sinabi nila, oh, we'll help you find your mom.
Nung una, naniwala naman ako, pero alam ko na magkakaroon sila ng dead end, which is yung dead end ko din.
Ano yung dead end mo dati?
Privacy law. Hindi ka basta pwedeng kumuha ng details kahit na meron akong papers nun. Binigay ko sa kanila yung mga papers na kailangan nila para mahanap yung nanay ko. And then true enough, nalaman ko na lang this month or last month na hindi rin pala binigay sa kanila yung details kahit na magkakababayan sila doon. Kailangan pala ako pupunta ron, magpaparegister ako, and then sa kanila tatanungin yung other parties kung papayag sila na ibigay yung details nila. So, 2 months yun. Then meron din silang show every Sunday. doon nila pinost yung picture ng nanay ko. Parang sinabi nila, ayaw niyong bigay sa amin yung details. Ipopost namin, sige. Every Sunday, yung mukha ng babae na to, and yung number, para may makakita at magbigay ng info. Ganun yung nangyari.
So you grew up 31 years, no? Hiwalay ka with your moms. You grew up without her presence in your life, no? Tell us all about your growing up years and yung relationship niyo ng father mo. Did it encourage you to to find your mom?
Yung sa may pagkabata ko kasi, totoo lang. Marami nang nangyari doon na yung ibang mga tao hindi makapaniwala dahil sa kung ano ako ngayon. Kasi unang-una, ang pinaka-unang mahirap sa amin is financial. Talagang walang pera nun eh. So, lahat ng problema manganganak dun eh. So, kung walang pera, walang ganong gamit, walang ganong pagkain, ganun yung nangyayari sa amin nun. Until such time, yung tatay ko, kailangan na namang umalis ng bansa para magkaroon ng pera. Kasi yung tatay ko is musician.
I see. Okay.
And yun lang yung alam niyang trabaho. Naintindihan ko naman yun. Pero yung tatay ko, never siya nagbigay ng sama ng loob sa akin towards sa nanay ko.
Oh, that's nice.
At least he's very supportive.
Yes.
Meron siyang kwento na medyo hindi maganda sa version niya kung bakit sila naghiwalay. Pero it's between both of them, di ba?
Right. Yes.
Pero yung ako, papunta sa nanay ko, hindi ganyan sinasabi, hanapin mo yung nanay mo. Nanay mo yan.
That's good.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nice. Yes.
Can you talk more about when you encountered the producer, the Korean producer? How was that like? And what was that the first thing you told him was like, hey, like I'm trying to meet my mom in Korea, can you help me? Or how was that encounter like? I'm so curious how that started.
Yung producer, hindi talaga siya yung na-meet ko.
Oo.
Okay.
So sa bahay namin, meron na ini-install na parang pangsala ng tubig, ganyan. May nag-i-install sa amin. Pagkatapos wala ako sa bahay, yung anak ko, siguro, alam mo naman, parang angel siguro, na nagdo-drawing siya, tapos binibigay niya doon sa nag-i-install ng tubig. Korean yung nag-i-install ng tubig, dalawa sila nag-i-install. So ngayon, sabi niya, she looks like Korean. So tawanan, biyanan ko, yung mga ibang mga nandun sa bahay, tawanan sila. Of course, kasi 1/4 Korean yan. At yung tatay niya is 1/2 Korean. Ganun ba? Then, dumating ako, pinakilala ko. Kasi sabi niya, saan ka sa Korea, ganyan? Napag-usapan namin, nalaman niya yung kwento ko na 31 years na kami hindi nakikita ng nanay ko. And kung ano yung nangyari sa buhay ko, na napagdaanan ko, and then naging basketball player ako, and also naging police officer. Sabi niya, ang ganda naman ng buhay mo, very interesting. Ipipitch daw niya sa kakilala niyang producer.
Oh, okay. So that's how it started.
At hindi nga, family reunion show, medical show. Yung show na yun,
Yes.
tama ba?
Medical show sa mga nanay.
Oo, sa Korea.
Okay.
So,
Well, that works out. Kasi for the nanays nga.
for the health of the heart yun eh. Pero, Julius, kanina nag-usap tayo talking about yung story mo. I asked you kung naumay ka ba, just talking about yung moment yan over and over again. Pero sinabi mo na iba na yung, I guess yung direction mo after that moment because people have been reaching out to you. Tama ba yan?
Opo. So, yung nauumay, hindi yun yung tamang word na naisip ko eh. Ang naisip ko, kailangan ko pa bang gawin to? Kasi nahanap ko na yung nanay ko. That's the purpose eh.
I understand, yeah.
Pero, lahat ng tanong ko na yun, nasagot yun nung may mga nagme-message sa akin ng mga nanay. Lalo na yung isang message, actually dalawa, yung isa lang yung sasabihin ko na grabe. Ang sabi niya, alam mo, nak, matagal na kaming hindi nag-uusap ng anak ko. Nanay siya. Pero dahil napanood niya yung nangyari sa'yo, bigla niya akong kinausap. So yung reconciliation, yung healing of family na nangyari, dahil na-touch lang sila doon sa story ko, maybe that's the mission na binubulong sa akin ni God para umatin sa mga ganito and to inspire more people na magkaroon ng healing.
Yeah. Right. I love that. That's so sweet. Your story would be the next Anoki drama. We'll see it soon.
Yung story rights kukunin yan.
Moving forward, so you found your mom. What's next for your followers now? You're learning Korean, right? So
Yes.
you're trying to break that language barrier, magkaintindihan. Dapat
Kasi
turuan
ngayon,
mo rin
kapag
mag-Filipino.
naka-FaceTime daw, kapag naka-video call, titigan na lang daw eh. Kasi wala yung language barrier, nandun pa rin.
Actions speak louder than words.
Actually, hindi pa nga option talaga yung video call. That's why I'm trying to learn back yung Korean. So ngayon, nag-send lang muna kami ng mga videos, ng mga anak ko, family ko, and lagi kami nag-uusap. So again, translate na naman, ganun. Sabay isa-send sa kanya yung yung gusto kong sabihin. Ganun yung nangyayari sa amin as of now.
That's sweet. Is she trying to learn Tagalog as well? Or no?
Hindi ko na bibigay sa kanya yun.
Since.
Hindi ko na
I mean, you never know, she might.
Yeah.
hindi ko na
A few
bibigay.
words.
Hindi ko na bibigay sa kanya yung stress na yun. Ako nagagawa nun kasi nga, 'di ba? Ako naman yung malakas as of now eh. So, siguro ako dapat yung gumawa. Yun. So, sa mga followers ko naman, before naman kasi mangyari, actually meron akong TikTok and about basketball talaga eh.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
ngayon,
nakita ko yan, yeah.
nagkaroon na ng about family, ganyan. So, siguro ito yung other mission, another chapter of my life. Basketball, use that, or use your talent para mapuntahan mo yung gusto mong marating and makuha mo yung gusto mong makuha.
Alright, Julius, we have to wrap things up in just a bit. Pero the one thing I want to leave all our viewers with is siguro your biggest realization about family after seeing your mom after 31 years and of course, kasi may pamilya ka na rin, how did that affect yung view mo with regards kung gaano ka-importante ang family?
Whatever happens to you talaga, you will feel at home sa family mo. Kasi yun naramdaman ko sa nanay ko na feeling ko successful na ako pero alam ko merong butas na hindi pa napupunan eh. So nung nakita ko yung nanay ko, doon ko nasagot yung katanungan na ano ba yung kulang? Ano ba yung kulang? And after that, nalaman ko yung purpose of life. Bawat tao may kanya-kanyang purpose of life. And nalaman ko nga na yun, baka ito yung way para to inspire other people na magkaroon ng healing. Siguro, ginawa lang akong way para sa mga ibang tao. Kung baga one hit, pero marami palang tatamaan. Magaling siya eh. Magaling siya.
Julius, maraming salamat. Continue inspiring people. We know that you're not done talking about it, you're not done sharing, and we are going to keep on replaying yung moment na yun, and of course, all the words that you have moving forward as well. Your kids are lucky to have you as a dad after experiencing what you've experienced here.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, Julius.
Thank you
so much for
Thank you
joining us today.
All right, so when we return, stay with us because we meet the winners of Hiyas and Pilipinas 2024, where elegance and beauty and elegance shine through. The excitement is just beginning. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Hiyas ng Pilipinas crowned its new queens on Sunday with beauties from Koronadal and Pangasinan rising to the top. And with that, joining us live this morning, grand winner Marela Juaman and second runner-up Rona Lopez. Indeed, it's always a beautiful day when we have beauty queens here. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming. Now, I want to start with asking you guys, I guess this is a pageant question relevant to what's happening right now. Pageant season tuloy. Pageant season and election season is in full swing. You know, a lot of people are filing for their candidacies. What are your guys' thoughts on celebrities, past beauty queens filing and running for office? Marela, let's start with you.
So this question is something that I'm really looking forward to answer because this is really a polarizing issue. So we have had a lot of standards when it comes to beauty queens, when it comes to simple jobs, but when it comes to politics, we kind of getting a little more lenient. A lot of Filipinos are starting to believe more on the popularity of a candidate rather than the background or the political standing or political background of a person. So I really do believe that it is our task, it is our obligation to really scrutinize and do everything that we can to put the right people to the stage, to put the right people on these platforms because they will lead our country. So I really believe if we put the right people on the top, no one will get left behind.
And do you think that's government's job to be more stringent and strict with who's filing for candidacy, or do you think it's up to us, the people voting?
I think it's a collaborative effort. I think the government can do everything, especially when it comes to regulation of the processes, especially in filing candidacy for the candidates for this job. And also it is our responsibility as well as as the citizens of this country to be really more knowledgeable about this thing. And really, it is in our responsibility and obligation to study further about this cause.
Beautiful.
Wow, very well said. Yes.
Now, Rona.
Well, I agree with Ate. Most of the beauty queens, they usually become more neutral on terms of political sides. But as beauty queens, we must know how to share proper information, factual information that would really help people understand the elections. And for us, we have to be able to exercise our rights. We have the right to suffrage, and it is our responsibilities as citizens of the country to be able to know more about who these people are, what are their credentials, because that is very important when it comes to elections, most especially that our future is in their hands.
Right. Thank you for that. Now that we got the Q&A part all done with, you guys can breathe. Parang na-stress na
I know, we started with such a serious question.
It's okay, now y'all can breathe.
Yes, you can breathe.
Let's talk about you guys now. Let's talk about your advocacies.
Yeah.
Rona, let's start with you since we ended with you.
Well, I advocate for a lot of things since I'm also a cultural and heritage ambassador of my province, Pangasinan. But aside from that, I also advocate for healthcare because that is very important, most especially now that we have just gone through the pandemic. And for me, I was inspired by both of my parents who are medical practitioners. I was able to witness the struggles of every Filipino people in our province. So that inspired me to actually become a pharmacist soon. And I'm a third-year student at St. Louis University, and I'm very grateful that I was given the opportunity to see and be able to help others as well.
Beautiful. Marela, what about you? What's your advocacy?
My advocacy is mental health. So I've been working with our LGUs in South Cotabato, not only in our city, but across Region 12. So I'm a licensed psychometrician. I'm currently studying my master's degree in clinical psychology in De La Salle University in Taft. So I've had a lot of work experiences doing programs, proposals for different government agencies in our city across Region 12. And yes, I've also had working experience in a mental hospital and in drug rehabilitation. So I've had first-hand experience dealing with people who have depression, suicidal thoughts, suicidal behaviors and attempts. And it really is a nice feeling. It's a fulfilling feeling because we do have this sense of service to help people who have this difficulty understanding themselves. So we teach them trainings like distress tolerance, more about CBTs, about therapies. I've been working with a lot of mental health professionals as well, like psychiatrists in our hometowns and psychologists. So it really is a fulfilling feeling, and I'm really looking forward to work more about it in the future.
Beauty with a purpose for both of y'all. I love it.
You know, now that we're talking about mental health, during your days doing the pageant scene, in the pageant scene, right? I know that you have a lot of challenges yourself, right? You've experienced a lot of stress, pressure from people around you. Were you or did you experience any like internal struggles yourself? And how were you able to rise up from this difficult situation? Let's start with Rona.
Well, for me, I did experience a lot all throughout the journey in Hiyas ng Pilipinas. But one thing that the organization helped us is the relationship that we were able to build with our sisters. We have 44 or 45 candidates in the organization, and I'm very blessed to have sisters like them. Most especially here, we have Ate Marela, who's been a sunlight.
It's so beautiful. Her ate.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Like she brightens up the room. I believe you can see that. And for me, I have a strong faith in God. I was able to cope up with all the pressures that I had because of my faith. And I always carry Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, which was also the Bible verse yesterday. So that really kept me going, and I'm very grateful that I was able to surpass those challenges.
Marela, how about you?
Well, yeah, I am a licensed mental health professional, but I do have struggles as well.
Yes.
So my last pageant was 6 years ago. So it was really difficult to be with the new era of this beauty queen. So you really have to step up your game because the trend of the pageantry world 6 years ago was completely different, drastically changed. So you need to put up your media team, you need to work hand in hand. But yeah, just like what Rona said, the organization is very friendly. They have nothing short of supportive. So we really bonded, and I really do believe that relationship that we build with our sisters really helped us. This bond really, like, it serves as like a social glue. It really, it really stepped up. It really helped us develop more opportunities within ourselves to help us really strive what the day brings, whatever the task is at hand. And like Rona, I'm also a devout Christian woman. So our prayers, our faith in God really do bring us the strength and the wisdom that we need, not only the pageant day, but across the week that we've been together.
Nice.
Yeah, I totally agree. Sisterhood is the #1 thing I think you get out of pageants.
Yeah.
So now that we're wrapping things up, what is next for both of y'all? Is Hiyas ng Pilipinas the last leg, or what's next? Where can we find y'all?
We are actually preparing. I mean, the organization is actually preparing us for international pageants. So Miss Rona here is, aside from her current title right now, she is Miss Continental
World.
Miss Continental World.
Oh.
And the other one, Miss Isabel, she is our Hiyas ng Pilipinas first runner-up. She will be representing the Philippines to Miss Elite.
Okay.
And for me, I am also, aside from being the grand winner, I am also the Miss Tourism World Philippines. So the three of us are preparing, and also the organization is really working hard. They're working diligently so that all of the girls will have their time as well.
Aw, well, thank you, ladies, for coming, and we wish you luck. Like we've said before, we have beauty queens here, I think, once a week, and normally they always win. So you guys will win your international pageant.
Yes,
Praying for
we're the
that.
lucky charms.
I know, right? Tayo like it already. Well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us. Such beautiful ladies.
Now, don't go away, guys, because coming up, a youth camp is offering next level experience for aspiring football players. We find out more about German club Borussia, I hope I said that right, Borussia Dortmund's goal to develop promising talents after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Here are live images from EDSA Orense in Makati. Right side, northbound, headed to Shaw Boulevard. Left side, southbound, going to the Makati Central Business District. As you can see, southbound started to slow into a crawl as you get closer to Makati. Northbound, though, that is a smooth ride. So if you're going up north, maybe not rush, don't rush too much. Let's not try to get the cars up in that area yet. But of course, if you're going down south, do watch out for the traffic that is starting to build up. Now let's take a look at the situation along Commonwealth Avenue, along UP Techno Hub in Quezon City. On the right side, southbound lane going to QC Memorial Circle, and on the left side, northbound, headed to Sandigan Bayan. As you can see on the right side of your screens, the traffic starting to build up as well. So if you're planning to take that route in particular, do get on the road because it might take you a while to get to your destination. Young and aspiring football players aged 8 to 16 have a chance to learn from some of the best in the world in an upcoming youth camp later this month in Imus City, Cavite. Here to tell us more about this is Marius Lorenz, the head of sports from Borussia Dortmund Asia. It's a beautiful day, Marius. Thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you flew in from Shanghai. First of all, we're glad that you're here and there's no jet lag, so time difference is non-existent anyway. Let's talk a bit more about teaching the youth. Your Borussia Dortmund is known for developing young talent. When you talk about coaching kids, when you talk about developing young players, just how important is it to have that good quality coaching to set that foundation at a very early age?
Good question.
Yeah.
I think it's crucial, right? As you said, we, in the past years, developed some players to world-class football players. And it's one of the major things why we are successful is our coach philosophy and our experienced youth coaches. We try to see the player as a whole. So our football teaching approach is a holistic approach. So beside teaching the players to pass better, to shoot better, to better play in one-on-ones, we also try to see the personality. Every player is different. Some players you have to treat different than others. I think that's one of our strongest skills, that we see the players as a whole and try to develop every player the best he can be.
So you see them as people, not just players in itself.
Right. We are fully convinced if you just see some training methods and treat everyone the same, that you cannot have the best output you could reach.
Yeah.
So every player individual. So our training approach is also sometimes individual on each player.
So that's why it's better to have that right coaching instead of learning from YouTube or going online and just learning whatever skills. But another important thing is that we were having a conversation a while ago, is that, so you've been based in Asia for around 6 years or so.
Correct.
And parents play a huge role in the development of young athletes. Anne is nodding along because her kid plays chess.
My daughter plays chess. That's her sport. And, you teach kids as young as 8. And I bet you see all these parents by the side cheering them on, right? Especially if you coach here in the Philippines. That's how Filipino parents are. So how do you think, how important is the role of the parents, in the development of these young athletes?
Very important. If the kids don't get the support for the parents, then they cannot be successful, having a successful career in sports.
Right.
That's why also at Borussia Dortmund we try to integrate the parents right from the beginning. One important thing is that we try to explain to them, then it's also, even they may become not professional, they can still learn very important values for life.
Right.
Especially in team sports. Football is one of them. How to be respectful to the opponents, how to be successful as a team, that you cannot only focus on yourself. This team effort thing, how to deal with setbacks and how to do that in a social environment can help you later in your job, how you have to deal with teams, with groups, how to lead people. So we also do parental evenings sometimes to explain them the role of sports and how we try to develop the players, the kids. So we're sitting in the same boat with the parents.
Is it harder sometimes to teach the parents compared to the kids?
The parents are very ambitious, right?
That's true.
Especially in Asia. But we're having sometimes the same in Germany, that you have when you have the game, then at least you have 11 coaches on the sideline. So because they want to support the kids, shouting from outside, hey, focus, go there, go there, go there, which is sometimes even confusing the kids. So we have some certain rules. For instance, and during the game, we are happy about every supporter, every parent, grandparent, but we also tell them very clearly, we have 1 or 2 coaches as our coaches, and the players should listen to them and make their own decisions. It's another thing. Kids should make their own decisions.
Right.
Yeah, I love that you guys set boundaries and take like an approach, because I'm such a team sport player. You have to learn, because otherwise you can't really, I feel like, do well later in life, right?
Yes.
Because you need those skills that you learn in a sporting game that you take later on. How do you guys spot if you guys see like a child that will be more of a pro football player? You guys
that has
see
potential.
that's potential.
Because not everyone becomes pros.
Because not everybody does. So how do you guys spot that, or you don't really mind that?
Firstly, maybe Paolo touched a good point. Not everyone can get a pro. Even at Borussia Dortmund Youth Academy, in average, only 3% of the players who started in the professional youth academy make it to professional football players as an adult on the highest league.
Oh, wow.
So that's like 3 out of 100.
Right.
And that for BVB was I would say, perfect environment to develop. That counts even for other academies that less players can make it. So I think this is one of the important things. Then if we see talents, sometimes you can see it very clearly, there are movement talents. Firstly, we still try not to tear them out too early out of their environment, simply because we think when the kids are very young, they need their trust field, their environment, friends, parents. So we try to support the clubs, the schools where these kids are living, sending coaches, enhance the quality of the training competitions, and then on a certain age invite them to come to Dortmund. But let me put one thing very clearly. Also, there are FIFA regulations. FIFA is like the association organized where also Dortmund is in. And a player below the age of 16 internationally is even not allowed to transfer to an international club. So
there's a limit with regards to it, and of course there's a barrier that they have to reach.
Right.
There
So
is a level of
16
maturity.
normally, then the kids can, or the players can come to Dortmund. And you know nowadays with 16 years, Mokoko, Bellingham, they can be professional football players.
Absolutely. So at the moment, of course, you're here to help promote an upcoming camp happening in Imus Cavite. That will be a 3-day camp for young Filipino athletes or aspiring Filipino athletes. Of course, you can all see that in their social media accounts. But then, Marius, really quickly here, what would make that camp different compared to other camps that other kids here in the Philippines would have experienced?
When we come with Borussia Dortmund, we will bring coaches from Dortmund who are a long time with the club, first thing. Secondly, our training is, I would say, a very good mix between technical teachments. We do testings. The data can be compared with our players in Dortmund in terms of agility, dribbling skills, passing skills. Plus, a huge focus in every age, in every training, in every BVB camp is still on enjoying the game. So we play not small-sided games, we do competitions. So I think our training approach is a very nice and unique mix between like clear teachments of skills, a lot of feedbacks, individual things, plus fun, small-sided games. We do something like we call live kinetic. This is like training the head, because nowadays the decision-making in football is so quick through movements, so some special training approaches. That is what I think our training is.
You mentioned it a while ago, holistic, the type of training that you could get with BBB. Marius, really appreciate you coming over. I knew you flew in yesterday. I don't know if you had any sleep, so we really appreciate you being here this morning.
An honor. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. That's Marius Lorenz of Borussia Dortmund Asia. And that's it for today's show. It was jam-packed. I'm Paolo de Rosario. Remember, keep the fun going and spread those smiles.
And I am Asis-Carilo, wishing you guys an epic day ahead. Keep the good vibes rolling and tune in tomorrow for more laughs and love.
And I'm Monique Tuzon, reminding you to embrace the weird, enjoy the ride, and we'll be back tomorrow with even more fun only here on
It's a Beautiful Day.